I found the snakes through logic. I said, what is the most untouched area in Brooklyn? And that would be the cemetery. That's the most untouched area. Parks have the grass cut, so there's have to be snakes there. And when I got there, if a tombstone fell over or I lifted it up, there's always snakes under there, curled up. It was heated by the sun, and they stayed under there. So I used to take, they were called garter snakes, they're about this long. And I got bitten a lot, but I learned how to handle them. If you approach them gently, they don't bite. And then I learned that if it was a poisonous snake, you had 2 holes instead of a bunch of teeth marks. I learned a little bit about snakes. I want to know, how can I condition a snake? I didn't know how to get to snake. I was able to get to dogs and mice, but not to a snake. So I said, how do you get to snakes? I said, I have no idea. So I tried something later. The things I tried before did not work at all. I put a white mouse in there. First I used to put gray mice in there, and the snake would center his head on the mouse and then grab it, and you see the hind legs kicking, and the teeth moved up and back. The snake did not swallow. The teeth were on a line, and they just moved up and back. They were like hooks that pushed the mouse down into the snake. They disengaged their jaw to do that. And they were very interesting to me. But I want to know how to get to them. So I put a white mouse in the, it was in like a fishbowl. It wasn't round, it was a square fishbowl, the snake. And I put a glass partition in there, and I put a white mouse in there. And the snake would center on the white mouse and hit the glass, several times. And after so many times, the white mouse would run around on the other side of the glass, and the snake would never go for it. I put a brown mouse in there, it would go for it. So the glass was the mechanism of conditioning, putting a glass partition in there. Then I began to try to think differently. So I built a gadget with mirrors. The mirrors were faced 45 degrees, and at the foot of the dog, the mirrors were 45 degrees, so the dog would get a ground line shot of another dog, and he'd run away from it, although he was bigger. Then I made two prisms